Is that a gas pipe, Has?
Yeah, I have hit it. Smell gas.
We've now owned this damp, old and stinky detached house for 5 weeks, and so far you've seen us knock down walls, build walls, strip out a bathroom, rebuild a bathroom, build a workshop, and so much more. Now, you might already know that we've got massive plans for this house, with 2 dormer windows due to be added to the front of the house, a kitchen diner extension being added to the rear, which as you can see will completely transform the space, and a whole lot more of work to be done in the coming months. If you know us well, you know we love a challenge, so it's crazy to think that we're going to be doing 90% of this work ourselves, taking you along with us for every step of the journey. So now seems a good time to mention that if you're not subscribed, it's a good idea to click that subscribe button and join us, a 25-year-old couple from Berkshire, on this crazy DIY renovation journey. You might be able to see that the quarter-acre plot currently sits on a big downhill slope towards the house. So it's time to call the big guns in.
Feeling motivated, boys?
Yeah, baby!
And no, we're not talking about these boys, although they're a fine-looking bunch of helpers.
Do you want me to make a sculpture? Did it for A-level.
We're talking about the big machinery. So without further ado, let's get into this crazy episode of DIY. Dig some foundations, build some off-road parking, and finish off the first room in our house, the bathroom. Let's just get into it. Today is a big day. We are starting on this front driveway project. We've gotten a lot of help. We've got in the machinery. It's time to get this driveway built.
So the plan for the front driveway cum garden is to have it on 3 different tiers. The top tier up here will be the biggest, and it will be gravelled to make a driveway fit for about 4 cars. There will be a rendered retaining wall here, and on a slightly lower level, the second tier will be here. This will be for either turf or wildflowers to grow. But we're probably getting a little bit ahead of ourselves here, because this week's job is just to get the footings in for the 2 retaining walls. And for that, we need a digger, and some strong, handsome boys to help us out.
First big job is getting rid of these stumps behind me here, because they're in the way of where one of our retaining walls is going to go. So although we've got a digger here today, we're going to hand dig around it, try chainsaw some of the roots, and get them gone. Let's go.
And in case you're wondering who these boys are, this is Doug, Harry's brother-in-law, and Saj, our mate from down the road. And if you've been living under a rock, this is Alf's, a builder and Harry's childhood best friend. He's helping us out 2.5 days a week throughout the whole build. An absolute godsend.
This is Harry and Alfie doing what we do best.
Jackass!
Jackass! Fuck it out. Fuck's like steady. There you go, you're on.
I know what you mean. Go on, Alf's. Well
What
done.
the fuck? Oh, mate, that's what we're here for. We're just cheerleaders. Yeah, Alfie.
That barrow's fucked today.
Saj's barrow ain't gonna cut it, mate.
Alfie and the digger's first job here is to take the dirt back to where these pegs are here. Firstly, because we want to widen the walkway down here by the house. Secondly, because we need to access the ground where we'll be digging the trench. And lastly, because the extra soil would be useful to level up the top part of the slope, where our driveway will be.
So you might be able to see we're currently building our first retaining wall. We've quickly realised that there's no way to actually get the digger down here at the house level and then be able to get it back up. So we've run into a little bit of a problem where Alfie's just going to get us to ground level and then we're going to have to hand dig our foundations. It's currently midday on a Wednesday and we've got the cement pool coming at 2 o'clock on Thursday. It's going to be a lot of hand digging foundations. This is going to be blood, sweat and tears, but let's go, baby.
So now that Alfie has cleared the path, we were able to crack on with hand digging the first row of footings. and we soon realised that the ground below us was thick clay.
Do you want me to make a sculpture? I did it for A level. I did it for AS level. I used to make such nice sculptures though.
Are you joking?
I'm not joking.
How did they have that?
I got an A star as well.
This is definitely turning into a bit of a slog, but we will not let the dig-in defeat us. We're getting there with it. We're on the way. We're on the way to a nice dug foundation.
This was the most physically exhausting work we have done so far for this build, and by the end of the day we had racked up 30,000 steps and burnt 3,500 calories. We are all going to sleep so well tonight. How do you feel end of day one?
I feel knackered, but it's been a good graft. We've got a whole nother day ahead of us tomorrow. We've made it a bit further than I thought we would. But yeah, we're so grateful to have all the help here today. I mean, it's really saved us. So we're in the utility room, and it is fair to say, in its current condition, it's not really the bougie utility room we want it to become. This utility room, we asked you guys in the comments a couple of episodes ago whether you thought we should brick up this window behind me here, because it's going to be inside the extension. It would be like an internal window that would look really high, and we've decided, since all of you guys kind of advised us, that it would look a bit weird.
Yeah, and that we should brick it up because it is just a utility room. It's not one of those rooms that like changes the house. It's just there for utility, which is usefulness.
So that does mean the return of
Nicky the Bricky! Nicky the Bricky!
Nicky the Bricky!
Let's go, Nicky the Bricky.
But no, we're not doing that this episode. Instead, we're doing something a little easier, which is taking out this corner cabinet here. As you can see to the left of it, that is just a chimney breast. We're not touching that. But it would be good to get all of this stuff out, ready for British Gas to come and install our new boiler in a couple of weeks' time. And since we're talking about the utility room, I just want to talk to you guys about the inspiration I'm going for this room. So obviously it's a lot smaller than it originally was because we did put that stud wall up a couple episodes ago. And this is kind of the idea we are going for. This is what it would look like without that window there, and I still think it would look really light and airy despite not having a window. And like some of you did say, later on in planning, we can add another window potentially to the other wall here.
But yeah, as you say, I think it would be a beautiful room either way. The spotlights, it's just a utility room. And yes, we have considered a skylight, but we can't do it because there's a dormer going above us here with a bedroom. So there's going to be no roof space. Good idea again.
Yeah, good idea.
We're so excited to get this boiler installed so we can start living on site with actual warm showers.
Yes, I can't wait.
So let's get some groundwork done in this little interval period and get rid of everything surrounding the boiler so they can access it easy.
Woo!
Let's go!
Yeah, I thought I died.
Crazy the amount of depth there actually is in this cupboard. Where's my sympathy?
You're right.
No.
What'd you do, baby?
Hurt myself.
Oh.
Pulling up water and it fell onto my face.
Babe. Oh,
That was what I needed. Choking like a dog. I don't know if we've mentioned this, but our British gas install is booked for the 4th of November. They're coming and kitting us out with everything. I mean, central heating runs, new combi boiler, gonna get rid of all the old stuff for us, so we're so excited for that. We're gonna have room for some floor to ceiling units then, babes.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, baby.
There's a particular pantry unit, like a corner pantry unit, which I saw about 2 years ago, and I really want it. I couldn't fit it in our last kitchen, so we're gonna do it in our utility room this time.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah, we are. We are.
Our father. Now, this old van might not seem like much to you, but this van has been a lifesaver for me and Nick so far this renovation. You might have seen us loading it up with all sorts of materials to run to the skip, buying building materials to bring back to site, and it's just been saving us so much money. So it's only fair that we look after this van as well as it's been looking after us, and that is why we've gone and bought ourselves a Carli OBD scanner. Let's just see how this bad boy works quickly. So Carli can diagnose issues with your car, offer smart mechanic guides to assist with the issues, check your battery health, give you live engine data, and so much more. It's super easy to use. All you have to do is plug it into your OBD scanner port, which every car has, and then let the scanner do its job. Carli dives deeper than the standard OBD readers, offering dealership level diagnostics at the palm of your hands. Carli also saves van or car owners thousands of pounds on repairs, with the average user saving £2,000 on repairs and maintenance. Anyway, let's find out what Carli had to say about our van. It's literally just said that it's fixed the engine problems in the car, which is pretty cool. So it just says to check again in 2 to 3 days and check the issues are cleared. To be honest, that check has really kept my mind at ease, and I can imagine if there were more problems wrong with the van, I could just plug in this scanner and see exactly what those problems are. And on that note, if you guys do want one, then click the link in the description down below to get 15% off your Carli OBD scanner. Anyway, our van's looking good. Let's get back to the video.
Now let's quickly rewind to a few days ago, where there were actually some jobs that needed doing before we started attacking the driveway with the digger.
So we asked a lot of you a couple of episodes ago what you think we should do with this birch tree, because it's blocking a lot of sunlight from the house and it's where we want to put a lot of our off-road parking. So a lot of you said that we should trim it back and then see what it looks like rather than getting rid of it totally, because it's nice to have a bit of mature growth, you know, a bit of character in that. So we're just going to do a bit of delicate trimming today. Alf, you ready to do some delicate trimming?
Let's get it, bro.
Alf's wearing the GoPro today, so all action on him.
This would literally struggle to cut a loaf of bread. Good sander. Sand down the walls with it.
Yeah, like Alf said, the chain on the chainsaw was completely blunt, probably from the hundreds of other trees we've been attacking with it the weeks before. So the boys had to resort to some old-fashioned ways, a good old handsaw. And the other thing we wanted to tackle was getting this ivy off the tree.
That tree looks like a different man already.
I keep asking Alf, like, what do you think we should do next, mate? And he's like, at this point, it doesn't matter because there is just so much to be cleared in this garden. So we're just going to clear this pile behind me that's been designated to be cleared today. It's a never-ending garden with lots of work, but when it's done, it's going to be beautiful. So can't wait to see that. Okay, so it's day 2 on the building site of digging these trenches. And we've come back to a very, very wet trench. It's not ideal. We're gonna have to bail this trench out straight away, get it cleared, get the rest of it dug out nice and even, then get some pegs in it so we know that it's level, ready for the concrete pour in just 3.5 hours. And we've got a whole nother... What happened?
The bucket's got holes in it.
And we've got a whole nother trench to dig up there that Alfie's currently digging. So it's going to be a race against time this morning. Try and get as much content as we can. But wish us luck. Let's get these trenches dug, ready to pour some concrete in.
Feeling motivated, boys?
Yeah, baby!
Look at this, mate. Look at this. Oh!
Fucking hell, Saj.
Doug, do you want to give us a little morning update of what's happened?
Morning, everyone. Jesus Christ. We've had a bit of a morning emptying out this trench here full of water, digging a little bit deeper. Just keeps getting full of water, but we're getting there. We're getting there.
And what's the plan with the other trench?
The other trench has got a lovely big old digger that can do that job for us. So
less labour.
Yeah.
What a nice way to spend your Thursday, eh? Alfie's having a nice Thursday. Alf's got the easy job. He hates it when I say he's got the easy job.
Meanwhile, Alfie was preparing the upper tier, ready to dig out the top trench.
So to dig these foundations, they've got to be 600mm wide, which is 60 centimetres. Now there's one bucket attachment we've got, which goes on the digger, which is exactly 600mm. We've just got to change it using this ratchet, undo it, change the bucket head, and he should be able to dig the perfect width of the foundations in one dig. But that's all in theory. Fingers crossed.
Now that both trenches were dug, it's time for the boys to pop some pegs into the ground and get them level, so that when the concrete comes, we can make sure that that goes in nice and flat too.
Tiniest bit more. Yeah, that should be bobs. One more it. One more it and then we're done. 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 Sweet.
At this point, the boys were really making some headway, and we were expecting the concrete pour any minute. But before that, Alf's just had some last minute trench digging to do down the side, until things started to go very, very wrong.
Is that a gas pipe, has? I mean, there's something there. Yeah, I have hit it.
It's leaking.
I can smell gas, I think, yeah.
Shit, okay, get that one through.
Luckily, we knew where the gas valve was, and our lovely neighbours, Mike and Adam, helped the boys and showed them how to turn it off. Although this timing wasn't great, because not only was the concrete truck expected any minute, we now had the emergency gas men turning up too.
I'm glad I went for the smaller truck.
But the show must go on, and these trenches weren't going to fill themselves.
What a day. 6:15, still not finished. Wow, this has been a killer.
At this point, the boys were knackered and had worked so incredibly hard. We just wanted to say a huge thank you to Doug, Saj and Alfie for their hard work these past 2 days. And also a big thank you to our neighbours who had helped us out with the gas leak and for being so patient with us as we had many vehicles sprawled across the road. What a crazy day.
So we're taking a little break from this heavy duty DIY. Oh,
Oh, I'm gonna sneeze, sorry. No, I'm good, go.
you good? Okay, taking a little break, and we are now on to finishing off this bathroom because all the little bits seem to take forever.
Oh my god, they're taking so long. Just the painting and the caulking and adding trim and blah blah.
But we're gonna do a bit of the blah blah blah
Now.
Should we go?
Let's go.
Let's go fix this bathroom a bit.
Do it.
Stand on that.
I'm not standing.
Now this bathroom is really coming along, and although it's almost finished, it is not completely finished. So we're going to make you guys wait for a full bathroom reveal next episode.